So you're going to start building your armature today. An armature is the base for a paper mache project. And it's what you're going to add your paper mache to. So you literally have to build an entire sculpture out of recycled materials. And then we will get to the paper mache step. It usually takes 3 or 4 days of building. So either by the end of the week or possibly right after when we come back, you will be able to do that. So there's all kinds of stuff up on the front table for you to dig through and find what you think you might need for your project. Some really great ways to build bodies, heads, appendages means like arms and legs, are the plastic bags, the grocery bags, kind of wadding them into the shape that you need and masking taping around them. You can also, like if I created like a shape, I could also then take things like newspaper, crumple it up, and kind of add on like eyes or whatever. The cereal boxes are a great thing that if I wanted to like bulk things up. So say I wanted to create like a turtle fin, right? So here's my little turtle fin. I actually like to keep things like the little folds there for my fin, so that I can kind of, you know, have a place to glue it. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to leave this section flat because I want to insert it into the main body part eventually with hot glue. So I do want to kind of bulk this guy up because it's too flat. So an idea that works pretty well is to take some newspaper and kind of wad it up. Now really I should have some hot glue because I would take this, put some hot glue down, and start just bulking up my pieces, okay? I didn't get my hot glue gun ready, so I don't have it right now. But that will hold it in place, because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tape and I'm gonna go around that bulk that I'm adding there. So if you glue it down, it'll stay in place a little easier. Because I didn't get a hot glue gun out, I'm just kind of wing it here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I'm putting the bulky pieces on there, and then I'm coming in and I'm just thickening up my little fin here. And again, I left this part flat because I want to put it into the body of the sculpture once I build that part. So this is how you can bulk pieces. This would be good for like if you're building fins up on top. You could even build the whole body this way. But you don't want it to just be flat. So this is kind of a way to build something like that. All right. And then I would probably just wrap a little piece around there. The smoother you get it, the better. Although you will eventually be going over this with paper mache, which is going to be a paper and glue mixture. But as smooth as you can get it. If I wanted it a little bulkier, I could do that. So then I have like a little fin, right? And he's a little thicker. Eventually, if I had my shell here or whatever the body is, I could go ahead and hot glue and then run tape to attach it to the body. What I was saying with the bag is if you create, like, obviously you can get a larger head or whatever you're building if you add more bags. But again, try to go as smooth as possible with it. I don't know, I guess I'm building a very tiny little head right now. But I want to show you, like, if you get the shape of whatever your animal is for the head, then you can take things like newspaper and kind of add things like eyes. Maybe I want this to lay a little flatter, so if I snip it, I can kind of push it in, right? Right, I'm getting a shape, some kind of shape. We're gonna say this is a, kind of looks like a turtle head, honestly. Could be a little armadillo head, and I could build little ears or whatever. So there's the head, right, that I'm gonna attach to something. It happens that he kind of crinkled in. He looks like he has some little eyes. But what I was thinking is you can create something like say I wanted some bulgy eyes, right? I might wrap up, make myself a little paper ball, tape it. And again, this is where that hot glue would come in handy. I could hot glue the eye, whatever kind of eye this is supposed to be, to my sculpture. And then I would go ahead and add a little bit of tape to make sure that it's really attached, right? So now he's got a weird little bulging eye. I have no idea what kind of animal this is supposed to be, but Alibrejes are going to be a little bizarre looking. They're very cool, but a little crazy. Okay, so say that that's a little eye. I'm just starting to build up. If I'm making something like a tail, and I need it to be like long, my suggestion would probably be to use some paper and, you know, get the shape you want. Plastic bags work really well for the tails too. You got to have stability, so make sure that you are bulking them up to a good size and that they're really, really, really attached to the body. I like the plastic bags a little better because you can kind of change the shape. But I mean, I could kind of squish that guy in, wind him up with tape. When you are adding pieces together, I definitely would hot glue. So pretend that this is my body and I'm going to add this guy. I would hot glue it to that, and then I would make sure to add tape as well, because everything needs to be really well stuck together before you paper mache it. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys experiment, figure out how you're gonna build these things. If you're confused, please ask me, or if you need some ideas and wanna brainstorm, of course, please ask me. At the end of class, just make sure any usable materials are put back up at the table. Your projects are put into your bins on your table. Make sure you label pieces too. Write your name on everything, because if this randomly goes on the floor, I'm not going to know who that belongs to. So jot your name down onto it, stick it in your bin. If it's garbage pieces, please make sure to trash them. All right, here we go.